I just got down here checking for some beaver sign. See, they got a Castor mound right here with a little trail coming up, and I can see right there, that's a pretty big beaver track. That's bigger than my hand. And I see there's a bunch of fresh chewings right here, so I'm just gonna go ahead. Over here is pretty open, but over here where this Castor mound is kind of a little bit more of a funnel. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw a set in here and then show you how I make it after. Alright, I was hoping that the water would clear up a little bit. But all I did was, by this Castor mound here, I just took the fresh chewings, threw them up here on the bank, and the trap is sitting right down there. And that's only staked about 2 feet behind it. My setup here, I was using number 4 double long springs, and then I got a weight, about probably 6-8 inches away from the trap. And the water here is probably 3 to 4 foot deep right off of that point there. So the beaver gets caught, he's gonna swim out there. That weight really drags him down. I got about 8 feet of chain on these traps. Comes all the way back to here. Use really long chains. One stake. Beavers can't get enough leverage to pull the stake out. And usually in that deep of water, that weight drowns them pretty quick. But while I was waiting for that to clear out, I came down here, see where they were working, and I put another trap quick. Here's all kinds of chewings up here. But up in here, they got a few trails where they're coming up. Coming up into these willows here. And right here, you see there was a little bit of ice. This one looked fresher than the rest. And literally, I don't know if you can see it, but trap is right there. You can see the outline of the jaw right there with the pan. And that's about probably 8 inches back from the bank. And the water's probably about 5 inches deep right there. Like I said, the stake, literally staked right there. Out there, the water's deep. That way it's gonna slow them down real quick, drown them. And I set these ones up a little shallower, try and catch them hopefully by the front foot, but we'll take the back foot too. And you can see over here, they've been coming up in here. This is all fresh. The water just came down the last 2 days, so there's definitely some beaver working in here. And I'm probably gonna go across to the other side over here. I can see where they're working over there too. Maybe I'll put another set in over there and then move on to the next spot. And it's the same thing. This is number 4 double long spring, about 8 foot chains on them, single stake. It's got the weight about 8 inches back from the trap, and that way you don't need much water to drown them. That weight really drags them down. It's the railroad plate. It probably weighs about 4 or 5 pounds. You don't want to go too heavy. Learn that the hard way. If you put too much weight on there, you catch a small beaver, the beaver can't pull the weight off the bottom because that weight will kind of settle in the mud. And caught a couple feet that way my first time trapping, so switch it down to about 4 to 5 pounds. And even a little over 20 pounder, 25 pounder, they'll still be able to move that weight out of there, and that'll drown them real quick. Alright, now I just set back there right on that point, just around that point. I put in those 2 sets, and then I came up here and I seen that they had a couple small little Castor mounds here that they've been replacing pretty much every day, it looks like. So I just took a bunch of sand, mud that's on the bottom, little grass, and just threw a big pile up here. And I just took the stick, You can kind of see my weight right out there off the tip of that grass. And the trap is right down here. The water is about a foot deep. So probably not going to get a front foot catch. Probably going to be a back foot. And hopefully they'll come right up through here. Kind of a little bit of an indentation here. Right there, I just took that stick, stuck the stick in, kind of guide them to the left a little bit more. And that's it. Now I'm going to go across over to that side. And I'm going to make another one over there. Although it seems like all the activity's over here on this side of the bank, but we'll give her a try and see what happens. Alright, came back over to this side, and I don't know why it's so blurry now. Made a set here. And a set over here. The 330. Alright, there we go. So I got a 330 right here. Pulled the grass over, put a dive stick on top. There's a natural funnel right here. Comes in. And then I put a Castor mound right there. And looks like they're kind of crossing, going back over to this side. So I guess if he comes in from over there, maybe we'll get him going that way. Or if he comes in from here, we'll get him that way. And then I put another one over here. Right here, there's another little natural funnel that comes in here. And made the Castor mound. Got the trap set here. And the trap is about right here. We're about a foot from back over here. But up here is pretty shallow. Stomped it down at my foot. Made a nice little bed for the trap. It's about 5 to 6 inches deep. And once again, just grabbed all the stuff off the bottom. Threw it up here into a pile. Put a little Castor on there. And right over there is the one set. And right over there is the other two sets. So we'll come back here tomorrow and hopefully we got a couple.